Welcome back to World of Warships with your host, Brad TC. Today we're going to be looking at a replay of a battle I had just today in the Tier 7 U.S. destroyer, the USS Mahan, named after Rear Admiral Alfred Thayer Mahan, the naval strategist, whose influence of sea power upon history was pretty much the go-to book on naval strategy for much of the late 19th and early 20th century. In World of Warships, the USS Mahan is kind of a treat for U.S. destroyer drivers. It's the first time U.S. destroyer drivers get a destroyer that has torpedoes that have a longer range than the detectability of the ship. So actually making stealth attacks is a possibility instead of having to close to an insane 5 or 6 kilometer range getting blown out of the water. Torpedoes on the Mahan, 9.2 kilometers. Not bad at all. The fact remains, though, in spite of that, the Mahan is still very much in the U.S. tradition, a gunship, a gunboat, if you will. Good speed, about 35 knots, but the primary armament is the 5-inch guns, 127 millimeter guns. Good fast rotation speed, excellent rate of fire, very good at tearing up enemy destroyers. The 5-inch gun with armor-piercing ammunition, particularly if you're in a high-tier fight, Tier 7, Tier 5, Tier 6, armor-piercing does a very good job on enemy cruisers. But for destroyers, battleships, just spam them with high explosive. 11.7 kilometer range on the guns. Very good ship. And aircraft defense, not bad for a destroyer. Not terribly great, though. You get just 4 20 millimeter Oerlikons, no 40 millimeter Bofors. But the 5-inch guns are dual purpose and are very effective anti-aircraft weapons. But like I say, for once, it's a treat to actually have torpedoes that have a longer range than your detectability. So you get away with some actual sniping attacks. Combine that with a little bit of camouflage, and you can do some serious damage with the Mahan. How serious? Well, I had a pretty good run earlier today, and I think I'll share that with you. Now, the Mahan is a good ship. Unfortunately, I tend to have a lot of issues with it in that I just haven't had very good luck with it. I've gotten blown out of the water I don't know how many times. I either sink early in the battle or, if I survive, my team manages to lose. So I've been a little discouraged. And then Rusty and I pop up here on the ocean map. The ocean map is just about my least favorite map. But you play what they give you. And since we're here, we're going to go for sea. I was kind of surprised because the detectability on this, yeah, you can torpedo out beyond your detectability range, but she's still pretty easy to spot. And I kept expecting one of the faster Japanese destroyers on the enemy team to get into sea before we did. And I was really surprised they didn't. And they had what I believe a Matsuki over there. And for some reason he skirted around sea and was trying to slide down the side of the map instead of popping into sea, capping real quick, and then going on to fight his own fight. Oh, see, detected. There he is. Ah, it's the other team has a Mahan. Let's shoot at him. You'll notice with them shooting at me, very good guns. We're going to put some torps out not so much in the expectation of actually hitting him, as just deny him the freedom of maneuver. We picked up the York and the Congo. We're going to be seeing more of both of them later. The actual USS Mahan was commissioned in 1936, late in 1936, served briefly in the Atlantic Fleet before transferring to the Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor, was at sea during the attack on Pearl Harbor, and fought in a wide variety of actions throughout the first half of the war. She was eventually struck by a kamikaze in December of 1944 at Ormoc Bay off the coast of Leyte, and badly damaged. She was abandoned and sunk by friendly U.S. destroyers. There is currently another USS Mahan serving in the United States Navy, a Arleigh Burke class destroyer. Now we're going to kind of try and help our division mate Rusty deal with this Hatsuharu. He's getting nibbled pretty badly by the Hatsuharu and the York, so we're going to try and help our buddy out. He's gone. Back, he's gone. Back. We're not detected. Do we give that up and shoot? Yeah, we're back in our own smoke screen. Maybe we should. What we want to do is get in torpedo range, but not in detection range. So we're going to try that. We don't have a lot of success here early on. It takes a little while for the picture to shape up. And you'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy ships. It's pretty crowded over here. A lot of enemy ships, a lot of planes, a lot of ordnance floating around. And there's still a destroyer in that smoke somewhere. We're well within torpedo range for the Nagato. And 1 spread, 2 spread. Try and stay out of detection range, turn away. The problem with a long torpedo range, you set up a nice attack like that, and almost inevitably, something causes the battleship to have to change course. Somebody's shooting at him, he needs to bring his guns to bear, or maybe he's just smart enough to know he's got to maneuver once in a while, or he'll be vulnerable to torpedo attacks. Well, just in case, he's still in range. Oh, got 1, got 2, got 3. Still in range. Might as well. Can't hurt. And we're not detected. So might as well go towards B, see if we can't cap B. B, mind you, is pretty heavily occupied. We'll take a shot at the Congo in there. And Atlanta should be a destroyer's worst nightmare. But we've got rounds out, torpedoes out. We'll let them go for a while. We'll turn back, see what we can do over here, because C is getting very exciting. The enemy's pushing hard, corralling our team. So let's get some more torpedoes out. If I'm in range and I've got tubes loaded, I'm shooting. I'm detected. There's a Cleveland and a York. I should be getting killed, but they're not really paying that much attention to me. Just a few salvos once in a while. Check back this way. Oh, Got one into the Congo. Nice. Torp still going out towards the Nagato. Are we going to get lucky? Yes, we are. That's one. Do we go after the Congo? Do we go after the Atlanta? The last thing I want to do is get in gun range of the Atlanta. Oh, and I'm detected. I am not happy about that. Detected by air, but doesn't matter. They can see me. But we put out torps on the Congo. Don't want to close in any more than we have to over there because they'll shoot at me. So we're going to go back towards sea. Still plenty of people to shoot at over here. I would love to get some torpedoes into the Cleveland. If I can't get to Cleveland, I'll settle for the Congo. If I can't get to Congo, I'll settle for the York. In the meantime, there's the enemy Mahan. He's a gunboat. Let's shoot at him. Can we get torps on him? We're not going to hit him with torpedoes, but can't hurt to try. He's disappeared. Take a look around, make sure we're clear. Don't want anybody shooting at us. Look at the situation overall. Look for the Mahan. Look for the Congo. Look for the Atlanta. That's the Mahan. The enemy Mahan is detecting us right now. There he is. Let's shoot him. Oh, it's not the Mahan. What is that? That's the Matsuki. Tough little target, so low in the water. We spent a lot of shells on this guy trying to get him, and it's very difficult. Very small Japanese destroyers, very tough to hit. Even with the fantastic rate of fire on the 5-inch 38s. Turn, run. He's got torpedoes. I don't want to mess with him. I'm probably not going to get a lot of hits on him, but I'm content to stay out of range and do a long-range gunnery duel with him. I want to avoid his torpedoes. You see the Atlanta pouring scads of shells into the friendly York there. I don't want to be anywhere near that. Well, you know what? The Atlanta's in range. Let's go ahead and shoot at him. Spoiler alert, I don't kill the Atlanta. But my division mate, Rusty, is also shooting at the Atlanta. And there's the Matsuki's torps coming in and passing by mine. Just for fun, I was firing high explosive switch to armor piercing. The armor on the Atlanta is terrible. Trying to get some plunging fire in here. I was kind of hoping to get a Citadel. I've done it before. My gunnery just wasn't giving it to me. But I was doing some good damage. And yeah, nope, can't quite get the torpedo shot yet. Oh, he's finally paying attention to me. Rusty's going to light him up one more time here in a minute. Doing some crits. Torpedoes haven't reloaded yet. No. While he's twisting and turning, he's putting his broadside to Rusty in his Shores Tier 7 Russian cruiser. Some terrible shots there. I'm just trying to get rounds out. And that's the thing about the Atlanta. It takes so long for its rounds to travel to their max range. It's very difficult to shoot well. With the Atlanta gone, who's up next? Oh, Mr. Congo. Well, He's in torpedo range. Might as well. Turn and launch. Give him the other batch. And turn away to stay out of detection range. Because battleship drivers love to go in straight lines. And here's the thing. You've got 30 seconds or so between salvos in a battleship. You've got nothing better to do than get out of binocular view, take a minute, look around, change your direction, change your speed a little bit, and we're detected by the enemy Mitsuki. This guy is a pain. But we're a gunboat. We're gonna put as many rounds into this guy as we can. Switch to HE. We're gonna nibble at him. And he's going to maneuver. I mean, if he'd stayed sailing in a straight line, he'd have been a quick, easy kill. But he maneuvers enough that a lot of my shots miss. He gets a few licks in. There's a good hit. Just cannot quite get the range right. There we go. Good hits. Good hits. Miss. Just in case. Got him. That's 2. Well, I was going to go after their carrier, but he's 17 clicks away. And Rusty's actually already shooting at him. So he'll be dead long before I even get into range. Then I look over here. The enemy had capped B. We have A. They'd capped B. The New Mexico is capping B, and we'll have it soon. But the New Mexico is facing down both a York and a Congo. So I figure, yeah, I kind of need to support my teammate. And better yet, once I start charging after them, I think, well, you know what I really need to do is go cap C again. I'm not detected. There's nothing to stop me from turning and going into C. So, yeah, okay, yeah. Might as well cap. Particularly, they're starting to catch up on points. Why give them that? We're down to just 2 enemy ships. I mean, it's pretty plain we're going to win this fight. I mean, we've still got our carrier. We've got 2 battleships, a cruiser, 2 destroyers. They got a cruiser and a battleship. Not quite in range, but he's closing the range. So we're going to take a shot at the Congo here in just a minute, just as soon as he does come into range. There we go. Second spread. Start capping. Because that's what destroyers do, they cap. So after that carefully made approach and attack, somebody else sank the Congo. And there's a weird thing. I hit something wrong on the keyboard and my guns automatically start firing when I don't want them to. I'm detected. I figure, what the heck, why not? I've got the New Mexico behind me in support. We're going to open fire on the York. Try and polish this guy off and end the fight. We're firing armor piercing. We get the kill. So 280,000 credits, 3,609 XP, 181 free XP. First on the team. And 3 kills. Not a bad performance. We'll catch you later, folks.